All right, get this. $500 billion.
Hey.
Like, seriously, that's enough to buy a whole country, right? Maybe a small one, but still.
Yeah, it's a mind-boggling amount of money.
That's what's going into AI. Artificial intelligence. We're talking about the Stargate Project.
It's huge.
And we've got all the details, announcements from OpenAI, SoftBank, and some really interesting reporting from the Associated Press. We're going to break it all down, who's involved, what are they building, and what does it mean for, well, everyone. Because this is going to be big, like ripple effects, big.
It's not just about some new technology, right? It could change how we work, how we live.
Everything, yeah.
Maybe even how we think.
So Stargate Project, what is it in a nutshell?
Okay, imagine like all these data centers, but like way bigger.
Like the ones that make the internet work.
Right, but built just for AI. That's basically it. $500 billion over 4 years.
And they're dropping $100 billion right away.
Immediately.
Wow. Why build all this new stuff?
OpenAI, the folks behind ChatGPT and DALL-E, they've been using Microsoft's data centers. Azure.
Okay, yeah.
But this is different. It's about control. They want their own thing.
It's also got to be about competition, right?
Yeah.
Especially with China and their AI ambitions.
Absolutely. American leadership in AI, that's a big goal for the Stargate Project. It's a global race, kind of like,
A new space race?
Yeah, except it's all about who has the best AI.
So it's not just about cool tech, it's about power.
Influence.
National security.
Definitely all of that, but also they're saying it'll create jobs.
Right, all those data centers, somebody's got to build them, but what kind of jobs?
I think AI engineers, people working with data, cybersecurity, even ethicists.
Really? Ethicists for AI.
Oh yeah, this is new territory. It's going to be interesting.
We always hear about AI taking jobs, but what about the jobs it makes? Okay, so we've got OpenAI, we've got SoftBank, those are the big names. Who else is involved?
Well, there's Oracle. They're the data experts, right? Then you've got NVIDIA. They make the GPUs. Those are super important for training AI. And then there's ARM, the chip designers.
These are all like the biggest tech companies in the world.
And Microsoft, of course, they're already working with OpenAI. And MGX, they do the high-performance computing stuff.
It's a powerhouse team. Who's in charge of all this?
So SoftBank and OpenAI, they're the main partners. Masayoshi Son, the CEO of SoftBank, he's the chairman. OpenAI is going to handle the day-to-day.
Didn't President Trump announce this whole thing?
He did. He was there with Son and Sam Altman from OpenAI and Larry Ellison from Oracle.
So the government's definitely backing this.
Yeah, and it actually started under the Biden administration.
Huh, so both sides are on board with this. But what are they actually building? It can't just be servers, right?
No, it's way more than that. Massive data centers, for one. But they're also talking about their own power plants.
Power plants? Wait, are they serious?
Yeah, it's huge. They're building an entire ecosystem from scratch.
It's like building a city just for AI.
And they're not talking much about energy sources yet.
So what's the plan with all this AI? Like, what are they going to do with it?
That's the big question. They haven't been super specific, but Larry Ellison has been talking about healthcare, like revolutionizing it.
Okay, now that's interesting. What do you mean?
Connecting to all our digital health records. And even like personalized treatments. Ellison even mentioned cancer.
Like personalized cancer treatment?
Yeah, treatments that are specific to your genetic makeup.
Wow. I mean, that would be incredible.
It would.
But also kind of scary.
Yeah, exactly. It's both, right?
A lot to think about.
A lot. And we'll dive into all that in the next part.
So personalized cancer treatments. It sounds amazing, right?
It could be revolutionary, yeah.
But we have to talk about the downsides too, like job displacement. Is this just, the same old fear of technology taking our jobs?
Well, it's a valid concern, but it's more complex this time.
How so?
Because AI is different. It learns so fast, it can adapt.
So we're not just talking about retraining for a slightly different job.
Right, we're talking about jobs that don't even exist yet.
So how do you prepare for that?
It's a huge challenge. We need to completely rethink education, focus on adaptability.
Like critical thinking, problem solving, stuff that AI can't do, right?
Exactly. We need a lifelong learning mindset.
So basically, we got to get comfortable with constant change.
And not just individuals, our whole society.
Like economically, how do we make sure everyone benefits from AI?
That's the key question. We need to think about social safety nets, universal basic income, maybe.
What about supporting small businesses?
Absolutely. We need to create an environment where everyone can thrive, even if their job changes,
Makes sense. Okay, let's talk about the environment. Those data centers, they can't be good for the planet.
They're energy intensive, that's for sure. And they haven't been very specific about their energy sources.
Building their own power plants. That sounds like fossil fuels to me.
It could be a problem.
Not exactly a clean, green AI future, is it?
But it's also an opportunity. What if they used renewable energy?
Yeah, become a leader in sustainable data centers.
That would be huge. It would show that technology and sustainability can work together.
And it's probably good for business in the long run. Yeah.
Definitely. Renewable energy is getting cheaper all the time. Okay, let's talk about national security.
Right, this whole project, it's got to be about more than just economics.
It's a major play in the global AI race. We're talking about the US versus China.
It's like a new arms race, but with algorithms instead of weapons.
Yeah, kind of. And the stakes are high, competition is good, but it can lead to bad decisions.
No one wants an AI Cold War, right?
Definitely not. We need cooperation, dialogue, international standards for AI development.
So it's not just about who has the best AI, it's about using it responsibly.
Exactly. It's about building a better future for everyone.
Okay, you mentioned control earlier. OpenAI and their partners, they're building their own everything.
They're creating a closed system.
So who gets access to this technology? Who makes the rules?
Those are important questions.
We need transparency, accountability.
Right. It's not just about government regulation, it's about ethics within the tech industry.
Building AI that aligns with, human values.
Exactly, because this technology is going to affect all of us, whether we like it or not.
So what's the next step?
Well, we need to talk about the human factor. All this focus on technology, we can't forget about the people.
Okay, let's talk about that. This is getting pretty deep. All right, the human factor. Let's get into it. It's easy to get caught up in all the tech stuff.
It is, yeah. But we can't forget that AI is ultimately a tool. It's made by humans for humans.
Right, but it feels like it's getting, more powerful than us.
Well, it is becoming very capable, and that's where the philosophical questions come in.
Philosophical. Okay, now I'm really intrigued.
Think about it. If AI can do all this stuff, better than us even, then what does it mean to be human?
Whoa, that's deep.
Right. It challenges our sense of identity, our purpose.
Kind of like an existential crisis for all of humanity.
You could say that, but it's also an opportunity.
Okay, I like where this is going.
As AI takes over certain tasks, we're freed up to focus on other things.
Things that AI can't do.
Exactly. Creativity, empathy, critical thinking.
The things that make us human.
Right. So it's not about AI replacing us. It's about augmenting us, helping us reach our full potential.
I like that, augmenting us. But that means we need to adapt, right?
We do. We need to focus on education, learning new skills, and being okay with, change.
It's like we have to be lifelong learners now.
Absolutely. And not just individuals, our whole society needs to adapt.
Okay, but let's be realistic. AI can be used for bad stuff too, right?
Any technology can be misused. And AI, it's powerful, so the potential for harm is real.
So we're talking about manipulation, misinformation, maybe even autonomous weapons.
All of that is possible, and that's why we need safeguards.
Like what kind of safeguards?
Transparency is huge. We need to know how these systems work. And accountability. Who's responsible when something goes wrong?
But it can't just be about rules and regulations, right?
No, it's also about ethics. Building AI systems that align with human values.
That sounds good, but who gets to decide what those values are?
That's the big question, isn't it? It can't just be up to tech companies or governments.
So we need to have a conversation as a society.
We do. We need to talk about what kind of future we want with AI in it. What are our priorities? What are our limits?
It's almost like we need a new social contract for the age of AI.
That's a great way to put it. The choices we make now, they're going to have huge consequences for everyone.
It's a lot of pressure. But I'm also, hopeful.
I am too. I think we can do this. We have the capacity to harness AI for good.
Okay, so as we wrap up this deep dive, what's the takeaway for our listeners? What should they be thinking about?
AI, it's powerful, it's exciting, but it also comes with responsibility.
So don't be afraid of it, but don't be naive either.
Exactly. Stay informed, ask questions, demand transparency. The future of AI, it's not set in stone. We all have a role to play in shaping it.
That's a great point to end on. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into the Stargate Project.
Thanks for having me.
We'll be back next time with another fascinating topic. Until then, stay curious and stay engaged.